Hi everyone. Today I got some more really funny Chinese characters for you. But first of all, before you get the sugary treat, so to speak, I want to show you some more characters that are really useful. So the philosophy again is first the work, then the reward. Hauba. Let's look at some of these characters. The characters I want to show you first, before we come to the cool stuff, or these are cool as well, but before we come to the funny stuff, are characters that have to do with sports. So, first of all, we will exercise a little bit and then we'll have a little laugh. Okay, coming up, this character is read Yundong. Yundong. And interesting enough, this radical is the walking radical. Dogoran or German people say Laufradikal. This is the walking radical, and this is the power radical. So we basically have walk and power somewhere in there, which makes sense. Yundong, sports. This character means Duan Lian, Yundong, Duan Lian. And this is a very common sentence. Duan Lian, 身体 Duan Lian, 身体 Duan Lian, 身体. It basically means to exercise one's body, to perform some sports activity. And it is common in China if if a man or a woman looks very fit and has a very good looking, is generally has a good looking body or is not overweight or looks very fit and exercised. They asked, 你锻炼身体吗？你常常锻炼身体吗？锻炼身体. So the question would be, do you exercise or do you exercise? 你常常锻炼身体吗? So if you want to make somebody a compliment, you can ask, 你锻炼身体吗? But we will come to the grammar surrounding questions and answers a little bit later. But first, right now you can remember 锻炼身体, to exercise one's body. This one is a very nice word, 足球, and it is very fitting because Germany, as some people might recognize, I'm from Germany, and this one means football or soccer. German people say Fußball, but let's just say the thing you play with your foot. Again, we have this this foot, and again, but here we have a foot, and we have the ball. Generally, if you have any kind of sports that you do with a ball, you usually say 打球. 打球. Da means normally to hit, but it's very useful. I will probably make a complete episode just for this character because it's in so many different words, and if you remember da, it's also, it can be used in a brutal context, like your girlfriend finds out that you are cheating on her, and she's like, oh, wadani, and she says, I'm going to hit you, and you can say, oh, Chingbia Dawa, please don't hit me, and so on. It's a very useful word, and I will probably make an entire episode just for this one. Again, Suzhou, the sports where Germany is world champion, soccer, Suzhou, and Dazio generally for playing ball games. And very widely known sports game is of course Lanqiu, which means basketball. And in China you will find many Lanqiu-mi basketball fans. At least like in the cities where I've been, like in Shanghai or in Beijing, in Beijing or in Shanghai, you will find many, especially young Chinese people who really enjoy basketball. Like in Shanghai, there are many Lanqiu-mi. Mi means fan or enthusiast. And again, you find this radical, which stands for walking, or for movement in this case. And the Lan Xiaomi is somebody who's really enthusiastic about basketball. You could also have Zhu Qiu. You can say Durga Ren. Many German people are Zhu Qiu. The grammar, of course, works the same. Now we have something a little bit cooler, or not cooler, but colder, rather. This character right here, it means, or this word, what the, anyway, this word right here, the next word, it means hua biang, it means to ice skate. And I think it is quite funny that also this character, Hua Xue, where is it? Here. Hua Xue basically means to ski, to use some skis, put some skis on your feet and to go skiing. And the funny thing is, this middle part here means bone. So many people are afraid of breaking their bones when doing ice skating or skiing. And this character basically reflects this, that you can break your bones, or that many people do break their bones, but I say, whatever, I'm cool enough, I can walk it off after going to the hospital, of course. This is Biang Qiu. Many Canadian people love this, but I also know many German people who love this as well, besides soccer, amazingly enough. Biang Qiu again. This Qiu again means ball, and this is basically, or this is hockey. This is ice. This character itself just means water, and this whole thing with those two additions means ice. And ice ball, it's not, you don't beat somebody's face in with a frozen ball, although of course hockey can get very brutal, even German hockey. Canadian hockey is very brutal, but German hockey, believe me, as well, is very brutal as well. Many hockey players, even in Germany, they don't have any more teeth, at least in their upper jaw. So sometimes it can be so brutal that basically the entire team of one team starts beating the other team up, and it's really, if you're into fist fights, then maybe boxing is not for you, but Biang Qiu, because in boxing I don't believe that they allow you to have those bats that you can use to break somebody's bones. Again, bone, right on topic. Hua Xue. All right, so now we have covered the practical stuff. So the first really funny Chinese character is one that is used in the internet a lot. This character is called Tu, and it usually means something like convexity, to stick out. Something is sticking out. But in the internet, people are using these characters to show this one. This finger here, flipping the bird. This means when you post this, you want to offend somebody. You will say, that guy is an a-hole. Or he says something, or maybe even a joke. You don't have to really hate this person. They say something, why don't you come over and we'll have a good time, and you don't like that person that much, and you say, here, this one for you. The next character also fits with today's theme with sports. This is Piang Pang Qiu. Piang Pang Qiu, and you might see from my pronunciation that it basically means ping pong. And I like this character first of all because Piang Pang, some people might say Piang Pang, but once I definitely know that Piang Pang is one way to pronounce it. Funny thing is you have this one character that goes to the one side, the final stroke goes to the one side and this one goes to the other side. So like ping pong. I think linguistically speaking, ping pong is a funny word in English or in German, and in Chinese I think it looks really cute with those one leg here the ping and here the pang. You can imagine it going ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. And when you watch a Chinese game, as you might know, the Chinese people are like the best ping pong players in the world. It goes more or something like this. And if I play against a Chinese person, then it goes like, let's say this is me and this is the Chinese person. Chinese person goes like piang, pang. And you can imagine like I lose from there, basically. The next character is called Jiong, and it looks really, really interesting. I wrote the character, one character that I showed you already. This is Si, 4, as you might remember if you have practiced a little bit. And it looks kind of similar, the way the upper strokes are done. And in the internet, sometimes people can use this character to show an emotion, usually like a desperate emotion, like somebody is writing an exam tomorrow, and you ask your friend, yeah, how well did you prepare? And he's like, or she's like, Jiong. And if you see this character, then you know, well, she's probably not that well prepared, to say the least. Usually, or the meaning, the earlier meaning, or the meaning that in the Middle Ages or a really long time ago this character was associated with before the internet, it was a patterned window. So you have a window with a certain pattern, and this was represented by this character. And for the last funny character for this episode, I've chosen the most, according to some sources, one of the most difficult to write characters. This one here. It is called, or it is read Yang, and it is in one half of a name of a certain Chinese dish, biang noodles. Yang, and I think it's a really interesting character because you have so much in this character. You have all kinds of things. You have this walking radical, which I already showed you in this episode. Then you have a little roof. It actually is connected. This word actually is connected to things with the roof. Then this character, which in this context means meat, so connected with food. Then here is some silk. Maybe I can show it to you a little bit better. Maybe this could be working. Yeah. So this means meat, this means silk, this means like yen, like language. This means chang, long, which makes sense because this character is so freaking long to write. And this means ma, horse, very important character. This is a knife, so maybe when you cook these biang noodles, the biang noodle chef needs a sharp knife, or needs a knife at all to work this out. And here's a hin, a heart. And I wrote this little arrow because whenever I have to write biang, I'm like, Jiong. So watch out, guys, if you find some of these characters, because you can point to them and you can say, yeah, I know that stuff. I'm that cool. Okay, see you guys next time.